Everyone wants to hit diamond, but very few end up getting it. But why is that the case? Have you ever taken a moment to ask yourself that question? Why does it seem fairly easy for some guys, and for others they're stuck in the same rank for 3 years straight without going up at all? And that's what we're gonna be answering today, right? Now, before we begin, you first need to admit that you are probably someone who needs this advice in this video, right? You need to be honest right now, because most guys can't do this. Most guys are retarded and they can't even admit that they're not good enough in a certain areas, right? Which is totally fine. When I was 1700, I've always admitted that I'm not that good. I've always admitted that I'm shit at the game and have a lot of stuff to learn. I wanted to be diamond. I genuinely wanted to be a good player, but I would always find myself stuck plat and unable to go up because I've never really actively tried to improve, you know. And so when I decided to rank up, if a guy is even 50 elo above me, I would ask him for advice because maybe that could be helpful in any way, you know. And I actually ended up finding a really piece of advice from a top player, and he said that for every 100 elo there is something you need to figure out. If you can figure that thing out, you will instantly go up by like 100 elo, and then you gotta figure out the next thing and the next thing, etc. So today I want to share with you the 3 things I had to figure out on my own to get diamond, and one of them is my best one by far that no one has ever told you about, because it's gonna seem somewhat silly and stupid that every other creator, every other player you've asked for advice, they think that it's weird, right? But all I'm gonna say is try it once and you'll be like, oh shit, this actually fucking works. I'm actually ranking up, right? So the first thing I had to learn, and it's how I got my foot into the door when it comes to ranking up, which is attacking less and moving more. This is what helped me go from like 1700 to 1800, which is by thinking more about my attacks and only pressing the attack button if the shot is actually going to land on my opponent. If not, I will be moving around and asking myself, can I attack? Can I punish? Is this the right moment to do so, right? And guess what happened? You thought I'm gonna say, oh, I went up by 100 elo the day I did this, guys. Hee happy story. Nah, bro. There's no happy stories in here, bro. I dropped miserably trying this shit because up until that point, I've always been playing randomly on autopilot and, you know, kind of like let my brain do its own thing, you know. And so when I tried to take charge of the situation for the first time, I didn't succeed at all whatsoever. And this gives kind of like a bonus lesson here, which is, you need to get worse to get better. So learn how to deal with losses and look at them as a learning experience rather than failure, okay? So that's the first lesson I've learned, which is to attack less and move more, and think about your attack before you input them, right? Ask yourself, can I punish? Can I attack? Is this the right moment, etc., right? Questions like that can be very helpful. And if you end up failing, just understand that it takes time, and as long as you keep trying to learn this, you will eventually go up, right? Now, after a while of trying this and failing quite a lot, I finally got to 1800, and from there I was unable to go past that point at all. I was unable to get even to 1850, right? Because I had to figure out the second thing, right? So I would be playing ranked, and like usual I would be losing a lot of matches against the type of players that piss me off the most, right? And I remember once I was in a call with one of my friends who is like a semi-pro player, and at the time my mental was terrible, okay? But I was trying to stay calm and not get triggered by stupid shit up until I literally just lost it and started yelling in this call, right? Like a fucking animal, and being confused about like, how am I losing to this guy? He's so bad and he doesn't even know how to move properly, bro. What is this game? This game is so shit, etc. Basically I was crying like a little bitch, right? And my friend ended up giving me the best game-changing advice out there that flipped everything around, honestly. He simply said, yo, Xenex, I don't think any of that matter, bro. Just play the fucking game, you know? If something is not related to the win, why would you ever think or talk about it? I was like, holy shit, that's so fucking true. So I said to myself in my head, right, you know what? Let me try and play without saying a single word at all. And I swear to God, bro, that same fucking day, I didn't even lose a single match and instantly got 1900, because now I was like focused on how to win rather than complaining about my losses like a little bitch, right? And from that point on, I understood how important it is to have your emotions under control. and just log the fuck in without getting distracted by bullshit that doesn't matter, right? So that's the second thing you want to start working on, which is whenever you play ranked, just learn how to shut the fuck up and lock in without caring at all about things that doesn't matter. Basically have a stronger mental, right? And I made an entire fucking course about this. You can check it out if you want. It will help you work on this specific area, okay? Now, I didn't struggle that much when it comes to getting a 1900. Okay, like it didn't take me more than 2 weeks, honestly, to get out of 1800. I did it fairly quickly, to be honest. But from there, I was stuck in 1900 for so goddamn fucking long, right? And here, literally, the same shit happened once again, where the moment I found about the new missing piece for me, I literally went up by like 70 elo that same fucking day after being stuck for like 2 months straight or some shit, grinding ranked every single day and not seeing any results, right? So here, basically, I started researching a lot regarding fighting games and concepts and lessons that could maybe help me get through this challenge, right? And I ended up finding about the concept of neutral. What is it? How to get better at it? The decision making part, etc., right? But the problem here was that no one has ever made a proper neutral brawlhalla guide on YouTube before, so I literally had to learn this from other fighting games and then try my best to apply those lessons in brawlhalla, which took me so much fucking time to do so. And one of the lessons I've learned was that you need to reset back to neutral when you land an attack and when you get hit as well. And literally, bro, the exact same fucking day I applied this, literally the same day I did this, I got diamond as well, right? And if you don't know what neutral is, or you didn't really understood what I've just said right there, I made an entire neutral guide and you can check it out if you want, right, to have a better understanding of what I'm talking about here. But I'll try to explain it really quick here, right? Basically, there are 3 situations you can be in: neutral, advantage, and a disadvantage state, okay? When you hit your opponent, you get the advantage. However, if you continue on attacking and you try to get a string on your opponent, you may end up putting yourself in a disadvantage if your enemy dodges the attack properly, right? Which means you've just put yourself in a bad position by abusing your advantage state way too much. However, if you reset to neutral or you back off a little bit after landing a shot, you give yourself some space and the chance to get the advantage again and again and again, and your opponent is also very likely to make a big mistake and put himself in a disadvantage because he's 1900 and he doesn't really know much about these concepts, right? You can try this by yourself and see what happens, right? If you do this properly and you don't win every single match, then I'm just retarded, okay? And the same thing applies if you are the one who's in a disadvantage, right? Let's say you're the one getting hit. A lot of people, what they try to do when they're getting hit is attacking back. They try to dodge and then attack back, or they try to do a wake up or something. No, when you are in a disadvantage, always remember, reset back to neutral first, okay? So yeah, that was it for this video. It's a shorter one compared to the other videos I usually make, but I want to try and upload a lot more these days after not uploading for like literally a whole fucking month straight, right? If you enjoyed this and you find it somewhat helpful, leave a like, you know, subscribe, drive that YouTube algorithm, guys. Fucking hell, bro. Also, I just want to mention real quick here before I forget. If you get my coaching, we can work together to find what is the constraint for you that is blocking you from going any forward, you know? And if we find it, you may end up gaining like 100 elo, you know? So that's the top link in the description. And make sure you get your code right now, right? So yeah, have a good one, bro. Take care. Leave a like, subscribe, all that bullshit. Yeah, have a good one.